Hey guys, and welcome back to World of Animals. In today's video I wanted to share with you a new scape that I recently hooked up. And as you guys can see, this is a small nano tank. It holds about 25 liters. And this time I only used in vitro plants from Tropica. I will tell you all of the names, but as you guys can see on the left side, I'm using CO2 on this tank and only a sponge filter. And nothing big here because I don't have the hugest budget to pay huge canister filters, but in this scape the sponge filter totally works. And yeah, let's get into those neat plants. Close up at the front here we have the Livestock uniflora. This is a small carpeting plant. It kinda looks like some grass, and I think it's pretty slow growing, but it will fill out the whole front of this tank here, and the shrimp which are in here, and I will show you later. They love it too. When I trim this plant, they always stick to it. And next to it on the left side we have the Rutilea Bonsai. This one is a stem plant, and I planted it just around the diffuser and the sponge filter. And this plant is absolutely gorgeous when it grows in. But as you might notice, I already trimmed this tank one time, so I just cut off the heads of the plants and put them right next to the other plants inside the substrate. So I just doubled up the amount of plants I have here, which is pretty nice. On the right side, from the front to the back, we have the Ranunculus Indatus. This plant reminds me of some types of ferns like Java fern or Bulbitis, but it's actually another type of plant though. And this takes a little while to grow in, I guess, but the longest leaves are already looking pretty cool. I like it a lot, and I think it will provide much hiding spots for the shrimp and maybe later on some fish in this tank. On the wood, the hardscape in this tank, we have some Christmas moss. This takes a while to grow, but as you might notice, the more bright parts of it, like the brighter green parts, they're all new growth, so it already does grow. And as you might can see, there's some algae. We have some hair algae in here. I remove it every time I do a water change, and hopefully we get rid of it soon. Way in the back we have the Hydrophilic Araguaia. This is a smaller Hydrophila, and it will turn more red as time passes. And I already trimmed this one too. Put the heads of the plant back into the substrate, so we have a much more dense plant covering the back of the tank. And right in front of it you also can see one leaf of a red Tiger Lotus. And the last plant of the setup is a Bucephalandra species red in the back there. This one is pretty huge. I could have make 4 or 5 plants out of this big buse, but I didn't, and I wanted to keep it like that because the bigger plants on the left and the right side will cover it later, so like this it still has a chance to be seen in the back there. So as I already mentioned, I'm running CO2 on this setup, and I used the JBL Pro Flora Bio 80 Echo. This is biological CO2. There is yeast inside of this bottle producing the CO2 for about a time span of 40 days. And I hooked up a diffuser, so we have more small bubbles that release the CO2 inside of the water column. So for livestock, I've chosen black bee shrimp in this tank, and they're doing pretty fine in here. They're eating, and after water changes they are more active, like this guy right now, and I absolutely adore them. Hopefully I will be able to breed them in here, but yeah, that's what I like to do, and hopefully it will work in here. What I like about those shrimp is that they all look kind of different, at least these particular 5 I've got in here. So when I will breed them, the small ones, the baby shrimp, will even look different, which is a pretty cool thing about these. So that should be it for today's video. Hopefully you liked the scape. If you do, please let me know in the comments. And to sum up, I paid about 60 euros for the scape, and when it will grow in, it will look even way better. It will look great in my opinion, and I will show you guys that, of course. So it's not impossible to do a nice aquascape without a huge budget of money, and I wanted to share that with you so you guys can do your own scapes at home and hopefully have more fun of scaping tanks properly. See you in the next video.